Hazrat Ali, Razilullah Ta'ala anhu, he was man of wisdom, one of companions of Prophet Muhammad. And one person comes to him and asks him, tell me one thing that will make me very happy and sad at the same time. This really helps, especially youth in this class, and it helps me as well, and it's nothing to do with age really, it is to do with we as humans. Great words of wisdom came from his mouth. So the question was, tell me one thing that will make me happy and sad at the same time. His response was, this moment will go away. This current situation will go away. And adding to life and death, as we mentioned, there is no glorification for death. It's about preparation for death overall. And in fact, from prophetic wisdom, it is encouraged to lead a healthy life, to pray for a longer life for yourself and for everybody around you. And there are two reasons for it. If you are a sinner, it gives you an opportunity to make good, to do good things, to compensate for the bad you did. If you were not as sinner, it gives you more opportunity to earn more good, to good much better for the society. Okay, this takes me to the very last slide. And one key message, what Islam tries to give to Muslims and to mankind as a whole, is when you leave this world, leave it a little bit more better than what it was when you were here. You don't have to make a huge revolution. You don't have to make a huge impact. I'll give you one of my personal example. So every time I would struggle, I would go back and read the prophetic wisdom. I would try to read the characteristics of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. I was in this survival job, and I felt I do such a good job, but look at these guys, they make in millions, and they don't even work as hard, and I was getting all these negative vibe in my mind. And if I have to make a difference, how do I make a difference? The world is so cruel, the world is so unfair. That would what come to my mind. Then I read one of the prophetic wisdom. It said, it's not about what you do. Definitely strive to do a good job, but it's not about what you do. It's about how you do, how you complete your job, no matter what you do. If I flip a burger at McDonald's, it doesn't make a great job or a worse job. What makes it better is me, how efficiently I do the job. Similar approach should be for anything we do. It's really not about how bad or good I am. And this really enhanced my self-esteem. It really enhanced the way I think. It really enhanced my overall fulfillment within my own life. Because if I start comparing myself, why I am doing this instead of doing that. Look at Chris. look at Jonathan, look at me. My life will never be fulfilled. Even if I become the president of America or president of Apple or CEO of Apple or whatever we call it, right? So the thing is, what makes you complete, what makes you fulfilled is doing things with your complete engagement. So that matters a lot overall. And how much time do I have? I think I did really good with time today.
I think, yes, you're doing fantastic. You didn't do poorly on the other days, but you're doing fantastic,
thank you.
yes.
All right, so I would really like to conclude in the next couple of minutes how we started this class, what we went over, and how we are concluding today. Just wanted to give an overview, remind you of a few recaps, and then we'll wrap it up. We'll open for questions. And I'm not an expert in any shape or form. I will not pretend to be one. If I know your answers, I will respond to it. If I do not know your answers, I will ensure I copy it, and at some point I send it back to you.
Or you can just say, I don't know. That's okay too.
Is that acceptable?
Of course.
That saves
yes.
me a lot of time then.
Yes.
So, we started about, and the whole intention of my series was how Islam presents itself, what Islam talks about itself, what Islam is. And there was an alternate approach as well, like, what Muslims practice, and then it really opens room for more biases, right? Because of our personal backgrounds, our experiences, whatnot. So we went over what the basics of Islam is, what it really means, what it's trying to achieve overall. And is it limited to people in a small town called Makkah, or was this message a very universal message? Was this message for those 15, 20 years, or was this message for end of time? Was this message previously being communicated as well, or this is the first time people ever heard about this new message? Is this a brand new religion, or this is an unbroken chain that's been happening, that's been coming since the world ever began? So this is where we started. We started about what Islam is, what the definition is, what Quran is, how authentic Quran is, the incredible civilizations that Quran has created. We spoke about the last prophet, Prophet Muhammad. We spoke about the last sermon. We spoke about the message of Prophet Muhammad. And his message was for the entire mankind. Then we moved on to practices in Islam. The reason being that if we look at any profession, let's take the military example. If I say I'm super motivated, tomorrow somebody invades America, Zulfeqar is ready. That's option one. Second option, Zulfeqar, 5 a.m. in the morning, non-stop, every single day, is reporting and doing all the physical activity, going through all the training that is needed. Right? So one is the practice, one is the motivation part. Motivation is a great thing. It won't get us results.